What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad. You're slightly out of frame there, but you're looking good. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the camera today, but hey, Maria, early. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, Fernando.
I'm Fernando, of course.
This has been I like this. Look at this. This is
wow,
a great way to start the show.
This.
That put a smile on your face, didn't it, buddy?
It is. Yes, I told you pre-show I'm ready to crash out, but
today's not that day.
This is the escape, and you know I'm gonna go on a bit on the tangent here, real quick.
Yep, go ahead. Floor is
This
yours.
is exactly what wrestling should be, right?
Yep.
It should be an escape from real life because real life is very stressful. That's why I think in this podcast, the tribalism is not here. If you like wrestling. If you like wrestling, please, and I don't do this very often, please, come support us so we can support actual wrestling and not fuck with the tribalism. We love what we do here.
Yeah.
We want to keep doing it. We need your guys' help to get us there. Please do it. And this is not some shill. This is not some plug. This is not anything. We want more Fernandos. We want more Marias. We want more, everything. Like, just come join us, have some fun. We just like having fun. And this is what wrestling should be. It's an escape. Sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do like it. But it's an escape. And that's what I need today more than anything.
Well, I know that this is going to put a smile on your face. First and foremost, shout out to our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. Trivia Tuesday is back. We have a brand new question, and it is perfect that our friends are here in the chats for this. Here is this question. Give it a second here to pop up. There we go. This title was only defended once on pay-per-view, and it was at SummerSlam. What was the title, and who was the winner? All correct guesses will be entered into a raffle, and the winner will receive a prize from our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. This is a damn good question, so hats off to Will because he's been hitting them with the quickness for sure.
Yes, and my cat slept on this hat, so if you can see, it's a little worse for wear, but okay. Continue to support our guys at Gorilla Press Apparel. We love you. Again,
yes,
we love you. We love everybody that's hopped on this journey with us. So,
yes,
man, it's been a day. I am
dear.
Way more happy to see you than anything. Did he spoil what the quote was?
Nope, I don't want to.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, you would. I will read the threads right now. I promise you, he didn't. I wanted to know such. I wanted no such thing. Right. I at least got my suspicions confirmed, or at least that it's not anything Shawn Michaels related. So that's what I cared about here. That's
I won't go that far. However, Hugo, start typing.
And yes, new Enjoy champion Mikey Montgomery. Mikey, if you're watching the show, stop by the show for a chat sometime. We'd absolutely love to have you. Will says some fucking amazing things about you. But we got to get through the rest of our plugs here. Again, thank you as always. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. You can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod there. Follow the Main Event Wrestling Net crew. We've got a lot of cool stuff in the works here, so stay tuned. People are lining up some big guests here. Yeah.
Something big is what I heard.
Troubling as well.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Shout out to our friends at Coastal Empire Wrestling as well at CW Savannah. And SCI tickets are on sale, scitickets.com. We will be down there next weekend. We're going to do a little bit of karaoke. We're going to have some fun.
Hold on. Time out. Are you excited for SCI?
I'm very excited for SCI.
Dude, I am
not be
pumped to go back.
It's a good time.
To go see the TWE Arena. I can't tell you how excited I am to see
it's a special place.
The TW Arena and the greatest, I'm going to say it right now, right here, the greatest concession stand I have ever been to at a live event.
Actually, you know what? Hell yeah. No, that's...
Tell me I'm lying.
No lies detected there. They had a little bit of everything there. That it got us through a couple of days there just to have a little bit of everything.
100%.
Yeah.
We're not going to the Outback.
No, we are not going. That was an entirely different state, but we shouldn't laugh at that. That could have been way worse than it actually was.
Oh, it's been a while. It's fine.
I'm just glad that he's okay. That was a little wild to watch in person.
We're
But
gonna go to the Crystals and we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we're going to Crystal. It's right next door to the fucking hotel.
Oh
yeah,
man. All right, what do you want to talk about?
Monday Night Raw is in the books. I want to pull up one of Fernando's comments here, to get some conversation going about this. He believes that this was the best Raw out of the next Netflix era, in his opinion. I think it deserves high praise, especially because there was a continuity across the show with Rollins and company. 3 separate singles matches. They all had objectives. They were going to take everyone out one by one. And they succeeded, I think. We'll talk about the main event here in a little bit, but let's start at the beginning with this promo. Bron Breakker kicking things off and already sowing the seeds for an eventual falling out with Seth Rollins as far as kind of taking over that mantle, grabbing the mic and explaining his sort of perspective, having joined Seth Rollins, very clearly shocking the wise man, or I apologize, the Oracle and Mr. Money in the Bank, as far as something in canon that they didn't. I do too. He always finds something to do. It's brilliant.
Yes, I love that. I love that he's changed up his presentation.
Yeah.
Okay. He's changed up his presentation as well as he has. You say kind of sowing the seeds of doubt a little bit. I like that the fact that Rollins kind of has evolved as a leader a little bit since we saw him as the Messiah, where it was, I'm the one speaking, I'm the dominant one, whatever. We let Bron talk, and then Bron got finished saying what he wanted to say, and then he's like, hey, Bronson, do you want to talk? I like that cohesive. They seem like a really cohesive unit that I think with other groups were not, like Judgment Day, there's obviously cracks, right? The Bloodline has had cracks. Like this one kind of seems like a very cohesive unit, and it's a little bit of like a breath of fresh air to see, okay, these guys have the same mentality to do the same thing to get to the same goal. And I really, really enjoy that. And I'm hoping this group stays together for a little bit longer than kind of what, they're allegedly teasing. I want this group to stay together for a while because I think they work very, very well. I think this is a great spot for Braun. I think this is a great spot for Bronson Reed. I think this is a great spot for Rollins right now.
Yeah.
Because that Roman return is going to be fantastic, and it's going to get a huge pop.
Yes, it is.
But I love what they're doing right now.
Yeah, no, it's insanely hard not to, because we've always had Bron Breakker certainly pegged as, and as he called it himself, face of the company for the next 2 decades. That absolutely entirely true. I like that they're finally leaning into that now with Bronson Reed and trying to pick up where they left off at War Games last year, and the ankle injuries, obviously took him out of that. But that shows you what they had in mind for Bronson Reed's return to WWE, even though they may not have executed it as quickly as we would have liked, and found himself into some, if you're mixing up with the Miz to start, it's not usually the best, outcome for your trajectory.
No, because this is the same guy that in New Japan beat Okada clean. Yes. Clean.
And there are people out there questioning Okada's run in AEW right now, and it's kind of interesting to look at those parallels.
It's a whole other thing.
Well, that's what we do here.
That's a whole other thing. I think Okada's run in AEW has been
fine.
I think it's been fine.
Fine.
I have no issues with it. I don't have like a ton of praise for it, but I think it's been fine. Like I've liked what I've seen so far. I can't say it's been great. What's happening? What's happening?
I pointed out Bronson Batista the faction, and
oh, well, I mean, this is completely unwarranted, but Mr. Cincinnati, what are your feelings about that?
Well said. I could not agree more myself. There it is. Are you happy?
Who is that commenter? Can we leave that on the rest of the show? Who is that? Who is that Hugo Ramsey. Okay. Do you know a Hugo Ramsey?
I'm familiar with the name, yeah.
Are you? Okay, so he is also on the Hakeem Young bandwagon. Oh, okay. Mate.
Okay.
So let's peel it back a little bit. What have we learned from the situation?
It's the last time that I trust my boyfriend to make a bet on my behalf. No. That is just not okay.
Don't bet against Philly teams. That's what you've learned.
To be fair, I wanted no part of this. I wanted
you had a time to interject, and you did not.
I wanted. You knew what we were doing this weekend. You
No. Because if I go to this group chat thread, is there or is there not a Lexus King gif?
Carry on.
So somebody was a little confident too, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, he made me believe that I would be.
Weren't they? Okay. Hakeem Young, can I read this out loud for everybody? On an unrelated note, Hakeem Young is the best champion in pro wrestling today. Maybe, possibly, ever. And Mr. Cincinnati, what are your thoughts on that?
Well said. Couldn't agree more.
Say it with your chest, please.
I already
say
said
it with
once.
your. No.
I said it once. Okay.
I
said it once.
The podcast ad wins.
I said it twice, actually.
Say it with your chest. Say it so everyone can hear.
You're a fucking asshole.
I won't continue until this happens.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. Chris is in the chats here. Yes, he was. Is this just the? You know what? Okay, this is the everybody giving praise to the podcast ad episode today. Okay, fine. Okay, you get to be this close to a crash out now. Everybody wants to sing your fucking praises. Got it.
Phillies. Okay. Look, the quicker everyone knows to jump on the podcast dad's bandwagon, the better you'll be. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Can we move on to something else for the love of God, please?
Yeah, you want another spoiler real quick?
Sure.
Goldberg's going to beat Gunther.
I'm not ready for that either. No.
That segment was awful. I'm sorry. Look, here, all right.
I got excited because I just saw the cut to the car, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." And then it hit me. I was like, "Oh, never mind."
We're about to crash out. The kind of block to the punch looked slow as hell. And then logically, please tell me how this makes sense. Goldberg's gonna spear Gunther with the title on. Please tell me logically how that makes sense.
I immediately went back to that one time he tried to spear Bret Hart, and then Bret Hart had the metal plate under his jersey. That was immediately what I thought of.
Like, I don't hate a lot of things in wrestling. I despise this. I'm sorry. This, for me, is not good.
No. We had high hopes that this would be.
Yes, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go, but yes, you're on the same track. Go ahead.
We had high hopes for the second Gunther title reign because we already knew the first one wasn't good. We knew that going into January, that if not sooner, that's like there's no way to pull the nose up off of this one. So we get the Jey Uso big WrestleMania win, regains the title, which should not surprise anybody. But his first challenger for the second world title run, where you want to make Gunther look like a monster, is Goldberg.
And when you look, 4-year-old Goldberg,
56. But when you look at Imperium right now, when you think about it, as far as what these two guys are doing right now,
that's dead.
I know it is. I'm just saying that talk about a whimper for a group that came in 2022 with the fucking fire of 1,000 suns, as they rightfully should have, and then fucked with it all. Like Gunther should be slapping the piss out of Ludwig Kaiser the next time he sees him on TV. If he even thinks that he's El Grande Americano, you would think they would just walk up to him and just because he's been used to.
They had it. The whole presentation with Giovanni Vinci, with Ludwig Kaiser, with Gunther, they had it. They had it.
That could have been another team angle right there.
Oh, 100% it's happening. 100%. And they could have, you know who they could have added that I've seen on like a lot of Reddit threads on 2K? They could have added Shinsuke. And it would have been fantastic.
You know what?
It would have been fantastic.
You know what? Hell yeah.
But they didn't. And now Gunther's on his own. Because Kaiser's doing El Grande Americano thing. And Shinsuke's not doing shit. Dude, it's...
I do want to... I will give Kaiser his props.
You say... Can I comment on Fernando's real quick?
Of course. Yeah.
I don't think they would do this. I don't put anything past TKO right now.
They're all about the mainstream.
Would this make headlines?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would make headlines. Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's Goldberg is top 5 in merch selling right now.
Yeah.
So it is 50-50 for me that Goldberg wins this title.
And
does
he
keep it long?
understand,
No. But I think it's 50-50.
And I understand your perspective of Rollins cashing on Goldberg so Gunther doesn't take another loss, certainly another singles loss to somebody else, because he's already been pinned enough in 2025 that, sure, if Rollins takes off Goldberg, I could see that as well. I really want to see a relatively lengthy run with the briefcase here because there are so many other alternatives out there. He has already cost CM Punk several times the world title this year. He's now got LA Knight in his crosshairs. Like there are enough people that can fuck with his Money in the Bank run that are still floating out there that it just seems like it's too soon to take it off of Goldberg.
No, it's not. It doesn't move the needle at all. I'm sorry.
No.
Like, I know we've been very critical from AEW before about like the kind of the old guard. I'm gonna say it right now with WWE, like this does not do anything for me.
No.
The fact that the title is on the line is so, for me, dumb.
It's unnecessary.
Correct.
It's so unnecessary.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that at all. Like what? Well, I can't remember. What is the word I'm looking for? Like what? I can't. I don't like. What gives him the right to say I get the challenge for the title? You know what I mean?
Like, I think I talked about that too. I mean, even in a canon sense, I mean, his last 4 singles matches he lost.
Exactly. Like what? Why is he like? Oh, I get the challenge for the title. No, you don't, because you're a legend, quote unquote. Like, sure, it'll be
even Nikki Bella has to go through a battle royal to even hopefully get a shot at a PLE next month. I'm just saying, if we're looking at the same, we brought back part-timers who have done in canon absolutely nothing to earn title shots, other than Goldberg saying, well, this is my last match, and that somehow is just a magic fucking pass.
It just, I hate it. I hate it.
Another one. It's. Yeah. This will still be a much better match than Goldberg.
But even this, like, I don't know if I consider it a dream match, but you could build this way more than 2 weeks.
Yeah. This could be a SummerSlam match.
This is lazy ass booking. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it what it is.
Yeah.
Both of these are lazy ass booking.
And I know that I, went off a little half cocked and half stoned the other night about, everybody getting handed title shots.
Earn it.
Or opportunities to be on the Evolution card last night. And it's like, okay, are there matches that have story to them? Sure. I just hate the idea that especially when it comes to the women's tag team titles, which are the worst booked titles that the company has to offer, that it's still okay, Kabuki Warriors are all of a sudden back together because it makes sense for this match, which I think that they should have been back together in the first place. I loved that Asuka came back with the fanfare that she did. These two have the opportunity to reset this tag team division because that's what they always do when they hold these titles. They're always damn good champions that represent them well. The problem is that now it's just they were thrown into this match because they had to fill spots on this card. The Battle Royal, you should be making a much bigger deal out of who wants their opportunity at this. And I know there's going to be names announced on NXT tonight. NXT has done a great job of at least trying to build stakes for people that want to be on that card. More so than Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis basically saying, okay, you want it, you got it. What the fuck has Ivy Nile done to earn an opportunity in the Battle Royal from a logic standpoint?
I think my issue with now the Kabuki Warriors being back together is we're not getting Asuka and Io at SummerSlam. Now,
and they really can't wait much longer on that.
Now, in my heart of hearts, I think Rhea wins at Evolution.
I'm not ready for that either.
Neither am I. I don't think she needs the title. But like, if you're already putting Asuka back in the tag team title division, like, I may be wrong. I may be way off base. But reading the tea leaves, that's like, all right. Well, Asuka's back in the tag division, so we're not going to get. Hey! Put that other quote back up. I earned that quote.
I subscribe.
Put it up. I'm not going to talk.
Okay, that's totally fine. I absolutely love that Karrion Kross is getting some love from the WWE Universe. The We Want Kross chants are absolutely deafening now. And podcast ad, not sure if you saw this on TikTok last night, but as he's leaving the arena, they continued, We Want Kross, We Want Kross, We Want Kross. And I love this. This is, they're slow burning kind of his introduction to this, really being part of the Sami Zayn feud. And now that he's off TV indefinitely, he's going to need something to do. So I'd imagine that there is a new target in this in his crosshairs that we don't know yet. For the love of God,
put it back up.
Is that better?
Thank you.
Start fucking talking.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. It kind of looks like they're going to re-sign him. So Chris. Hello. Put that other quote back up. Hello. But yes, it seems like they do have some plans for Karrion Kross, which is good. I think they need those plans. Another thing I would like to talk about is the triple threat match at Evolution for the IC title. Lyra looked fantastic last night.
Yeah.
She looked really strong last night, and I thoroughly enjoyed that because I think that is one of the names for the future of that women's division. Yes, I know we have Becky, I know we have Bayley, I know we have Asuka, but if you're looking like down the road, Lyra is one of those stars that is great in the ring, has a connection with the fans, and just carries herself like a star. And I think she looked fantastic last night. And I think she got a good pop and everything was good. I'm very excited because I don't think we'll go through predictions tonight, but I could see her walking out with that IC title.
I can't say it's not out of the realm of possibility. And we see Bayley is starting to lose her cool now. And I think that it is probably time to revisit heel Bayley. It's just
I go back and forth.
Rumble win.
I go back and forth on that. Yeah, I think it could be good. I think if you get Becky out of this feud, then yes.
What do you want to see Becky do with the rest of her 2025?
Go get Io. Hey, here's what you can do. Quite honestly, go feud with Rhea. They don't need a title for this. Hey,
they don't. They do not.
You know what would be really fun, and this is just fantasy booking to the 9 right now. Do a best of 7, winner gets a title shot. Why not? That gives them both something to do for the next 3 months, and you could build to a title shot at Survivor Series, or you could build to a War Games at Survivor. Get creative with the booking. Rhea doesn't always need to be in the main event scene. And I love Rhea. I think we all love Rhea. But she needs something else to do. And the Liv injury probably played a big factor into it. I know.
Yeah.
Move on. Adjust.
But I understand your perspective on that. But, I mean, we have also seen Triple H's booking philosophy is mania to mania. And that's one criticism I have of him is that that the stories can be too strictly adhered to, that when you do have these freak accidents, that there isn't a whole lot of time to pivot here, because we will never know what we should have seen between that Nikki Bella Liv Morgan appearance and Evolution. I know that, I mean, again, regardless of whether you're excited for it or not, there very clearly were many plans for Liv involving Raquel, Roxanne Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley. Like, there was a lot that she was involved in that they had to change on the fly, and they had already lost time from her shooting the movie, you know? So it is just kind of a, you know, it's a shit situation for sure. And Fernando also says, Rhea should go to SmackDown.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have a Rhea problem, but I think start a secondary feud would be fine.
And this is where we call on La Primera.
Well, she's on
something with her.
So,
which is,
did they call her up too soon? Like, how is she not advertised for Evolution right now?
I know. I agree with, and she
how?
Had a pre-tape.
How are her and Julia not advertised?
Yeah,
that doesn't make a lick of sense.
Especially when Julia is your new United States champion, and it would not be like, even if you just run it back with Zelina, that's still better than having nothing to do, because it's still a rematch of what was a very good match.
Yeah. It's Evolution has been a shit build. It's been an afterthought, and it sucks.
What's fucked is I feel like they know it too, and
they
just have no desire to do anything about it.
We have seen the turn over the last couple months, right? We've seen it, and let's not act like we haven't seen it. Like, the booking has been weird.
Yeah,
it's been weird. The Travis Scott thing was not good.
No.
At all. And I don't know what played into that. Apparently, if you know, you read the dirt sheets, he was supposed to show up at
Money in the Bank or some shit.
Yeah, with Money in the Bank, but instead it was R-Truth. Like,
yeah, it's
I don't want to say. I don't want to say they're. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. That's fine.
No. I just want to. I don't want to say they're like flying by the seat of their pants right now, but it kind of seems that way. Like, they're just kind of booking off of day after day.
Yeah. And they had their finger on the pulse. Remember how excited we were for the build to Philly? It just seemed like even as they were changing things on the fly.
Did they have it, or did Triple H have it?
Let's just say the build in general without assigning any sort of to anybody, because
I think that's unfair, though.
Okay.
Because Vince was still technically involved in the company at that point.
I don't know how much.
So he still kind of had. I don't want to say he had final say, but it wasn't sold at that point, was it?
Going into Philly, yeah.
Was it? But it was like Philly, it was a little bit newer.
It was newer, and we were giving Hunter the benefit of the doubt there. I think the problem I have now is they have had a string of moments that should have been epic for this company that they completely ruined. Now, one of them I think we should talk a little bit more about now, because we are seeing the follow-up to the New Day losing the tag titles. I love that they're in mourning. I love this aspect of it.
The entire segment was on commercial.
I know that. I
what is that?
I get that. I get that. It's again, these are the things that we're going to be having that same critique quite a bit. But again, whether we like it or not, Netflix has different models of how they present content to people. Like, it just is. I'm not saying that it should have been on commercial break, but I did love the interaction with Becky Lynch. Like, there are things to enjoy.
Yeah, it was good
about that. However, largely did not follow up on that in a timely manner in January. getting The Rock involved in the Travis Scott, John Cena heel turn at Elimination Chamber just to pop a number, knowing that he was not going to show up at WrestleMania, but Travis Scott does in a largely panned main event where we knew that John Cena was not going to be working his normal pace because he is also still thinking about his other ventures outside of pro wrestling, as he should as part of this tour, because he's a very dedicated actor that is like, hey, I have to take it easy because if I don't, 300 people are out of work depending on what I'm working on at a given moment. I understand it. I truly, truly do. But to follow all of that up with nothing, and then you announce Evolution 2, a show that people wanted another one up in 2019 and 2020 and 2021. And I know I'm stuttering there, but like there have been plenty of opportunities to make this an awesome show, knowing that you've got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, and AAA, all to choose from to bring talent in. It seems like for having the greatest women's division in the world and also wanting to be seen on the same stage as overseas all women's promotions, your Stardoms and Shimmers of the world, make it make sense. Just because it fucking doesn't.
Oh, this is a loaded question, but I'm going to ask.
Okay.
Did we peak?
What's that?
Did we peak with the booking for a while? We peaked, didn't we?
Yeah. That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
That's certainly what it feels like right now.
Like 2024 was such a great year.
Yeah.
This year has just not felt the same at all. It might be time for AEW to regain what they had. And they have a chance to do it at All In. I think they do. With Hangman dethroning Moxley.
I swear if they fuck that up. I swear.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think the opportunity for it to for the pendulum to kind of swing back, it's there.
It's here. It's now. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
I think right now we're kind of in the middle. That's just me. The past couple months, I feel like just have not been. And I don't know if it's the ending to WrestleMania that has just left a sour taste in my mouth.
Left one in mine. Hugo Ramsey saw my face.
But I think that's what it is at the moment. And we're still kind of feeling the effects of that. Yes, the Jey Uso run was fine. But if you're going to put it on Gunther just to get him to Goldberg, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it. Last note I'll make on this. And I'll be done. I promise. Ludwig Kaiser as El Grande Americano.
It was I have to say that I was entertained because we see a very specific type of Ludwig Kaiser and kind of how he handles himself, how his ring style is, and how he composes himself. But then there's also the Kaiser that we see doing the TikToks with Tiffany Stratton. He knows how to be silly. And I do appreciate that he was able to adapt the to a little bit of lucha style that he was able to include into his offense last night. And I liked how he delivered that running headbutt because Chad Gable would just come right off the top rope.
Who?
And he's doing the running one. Yeah.
Who?
Don't fucking do this, please. Don't fucking do this, please.
Tonight on NXT, Ricky Saints takes on the Vanity Project in a gauntlet match. I am going to be 100% honest with you. No idea who the Vanity Project is.
That is Jackson Drake, Ricky Smokes, Brad Baylor. All three follow the Wrestling Junkies podcast on Twitter. Thanks, guys.
Hey, also, thank you. Were they part of Chase U?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's Uriah Connors and...
Guys, podcast dad is not a gimmick. I'm sorry. There's only so much that I can keep in the brain.
Now, if you ask him about the Wiggles or Miss Rachel, he'll write you a thesis.
Or Hakeem Young. Can you put that comment back up? Santana and Joe Henry team up to take on High Rise, which is Wesley's duo.
Yes, and that's Inofe and Blade. Yeah.
Ava announces NXT's Evolution Battle Royal participants. So again, like you stated, NXT is doing way more to build Evolution than any of the main rosters.
Yeah. They have put together qualifying matches to have opportunities to be on this card. Novel concept. Thanks, Sean.
Hank and Tank, who are the tag team champions, take on the Culling. Totally forgot they were tag team champions.
Yep.
They haven't done much, have they? Since they beat
they had those
Fraxium?
moments with the Machine Guns and Street Profits, but that's been about it. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'll fully admit when I'm wrong. And then we have Tavion Heights taking on Charlie Dempsey. And if Tavion Heights wins, he can leave a no quarter catch crew.
It is so disappointing that this is how this group ends. I feel like they had the opportunity to kind of take that metaphor place after seeing them just split up on TV, and that's just what we're doing is now we're just going to send everybody on their way. Like it.
Yeah, but like we could get Charlie Dempsey on his own, and that excites me.
I understand why. I think the reason that you want to be excited about it, I just don't think we get it.
Oh, come on, man.
If he wanted to be on TV by now, he would be. If he wanted to be on TV right now, he would be.
It's not true. It's not true.
Also, that.
Well, yeah.
Very much so.
A much better Public Enemy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But Public Enemy were not that good.
Depends on who you ask.
Go back and watch them ECW. They were fun. Wrestling-wise, Hang and Tank are much better.
I won't argue with that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. Yes.
Yeah, you put that one comment back up real quick.
You get one more fucking time with this thing. One more. And oh, God.
And then after you put this comment up, I want you to tell the entire viewing audience what lesson you learned from this. Can you read it for me? I'm sorry. I can't. It's a little blurry right now. Can you read it for me?
That's fine if it's blurry to you. Our audience has
No. I want you to read it for me, please. Thank you.
Things I do for love. On an unrelated note, Hakeem Young is the best champion in pro wrestling today, maybe ever. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, you can find us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Subscribe to the Main Event Network at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod, but subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're on the road to 500. We need your help to get there. Tell one person, even if that person is your least favorite person on the planet. And last but not least, shout out to our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel with this Trivia Tuesday question. Once again, this title was only defended once on pay-per-view, and it was at SummerSlam. What was the title? Who was the winner? DM us on X, at Wrestling Junkies Pod on Instagram. Find it on Facebook, at Junkies Pod on TikTok. You can send your answer over there. All of the correct answers will be entered into a raffle, and the winner will receive a prize from our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. We will be back tomorrow breaking down NXT, as well as looking at AEW Dynamite, the final one before All In. Thank you all so much for joining us. That's the podcast dad, the chooch that he is. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Until tomorrow, enjoy the graphic. I feel you.